to take a look at the reviews. It's just something to keep in mind on that end, because they have about a 2.5 star out of 5 star. The main company I work in conjunction with is actually called
Around the property line. I drank your milkshake, boy! I drink it up!
Jay Eliante pulling up, feeling like Harry Belafonte. Look at my racks, feel like Serena went from the back. Swing, pull like Jim, waves on swim, and a rock Tims with the.
What's up, guys? Garrett with Real Sales Dynamics, just coming at you live. We're gonna have Carlos Morales, the Wolf of Solar, onto the channel today. He's gonna be throwing out some good nuggets where he comes and hijacks a reps deal that he signed up a week ago. Actually, enough talking. Let's go ahead and get into this thing.
Hey there. Hey, I'm just following up about the net metering power project. The net metering power project. SDG sent you guys out some notices recently. We get the homeowners here?
Yeah.
Okay. It's no biggie. All that happened is that with these new home builds, they basically placed about anywhere from 6 to 8 solar panels in all the homes.
Yeah.
But people are still getting billed pretty heavily on their electricity bill, especially these last 6 months. I just had Alan, who's right up here. I'll actually show you real quick.
So this one is going to be an extra fun deal, because not only am I selling solar to someone who already has solar on their home, a really small system that happened to come with the house, but I'm also taking a deal away from a direct representative that they met at. What I'm doing here is basically just switching the frame on them so they can understand a little bit about where we're coming from, while adding in the fact that whenever you chose to get a cell phone, a car, or pretty much anything else, you always look at multiple companies before you do anything, right? Just a little healthy competition that's gonna benefit me in this case, and will end up benefiting the rep who I stole it from, potentially in the long run.
So his bill on his guy, he literally owed SDG $4,800, but it's over the course of his last 2 years. Are you paying it monthly, or are you doing the yearly thing?
Yearly thing.
Yearly thing.
You pay like 1,000.
Yeah.
Like more than, right? 2,000.
2,000? That's heavy. That's a good amount of money.
Yeah.
So all that happened is that essentially the California mandated that all these homes, new home builds, had solar panels on them. But what they didn't mandate was that these homes had enough solar panels to cover all of their power. And so they did the minimum, which is kind of what construction workers do. The good thing is that those 6 panels are actually still covering some of your electricity, but the truth is that in Spring Valley, La Mesa, Lemon Grove, all these spots.
On my way.
Okay, hi there.
Okay, go.
All good. For all these homes out here, the average system for a house in basically East San Diego is about 20 to 24 panels.
Yeah.
So a couple things going on there. One, I'm bringing up the fact that I've already spoken to other of their neighbors. Two, I'm bringing up, which pay frame are you guys on the yearly or on the monthly? That's generally how people pay whenever they already have solar in their house. Essentially what happens is they don't get enough panels on their actual home, so now they're pulling too much energy from the grid, and that's a good time for you to be able to come in and grab that deal.
Now, the specific thing though is that with houses that already have solar on them, you can't do the normal programs like cash or loan-based systems, because you can't really get the tax credit on the system itself. But there's another program that works in conjunction with SDG&E that'll allow you guys to be able to add on additional panels at no cost, and then it just lowers your electricity bill.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's just 3 qualifiers for it though. It's basically you have to not be spending too much on your electric. As in, I had a guy, for instance, his bill was, this is Garrett, by the way.
Before we go, quick question for you guys. Are you the type of folks who are out there knocking in nice button-up shirts, looking like a good old GC? Or are you rocking that athleisure wear, right? Some nice Lulu stuff, or maybe the AT&T blue polo that just has your branding literally all over it. Or maybe you're that solar guy who's just rocking an actual yellow polo where everyone in the world knows exactly what you do for a living. There's pluses and minuses on every option. Why don't you go ahead and comment below, tell us what you like to wear when you're out there making your money.
A guy who was spending $800 a month, and we literally couldn't put enough solar on his house, so we couldn't do it. And then the second is where they check the roof just to make sure that it's good. Do you get your bills through electric or through the mail?
Online.
Or on the bill?
Are you one of the companies, solar company?
You're late.
You're late.
Tell me. It's fine. Did you already sign up with another solar company?
Yeah.
Which one?
Which one is that?
Sunrun. I don't know.
No, Sunflower.
This-
Yeah.
Okay, do you guys do the PPA?
What's PPA?
Okay, hi there, Carlos, good to meet you. Did you guys do the power purchase agreement, or was it a loan, or do you spend cash? Do you know what it was?
It's a loan.
It's the loan. Okay, and do you know what they charged you?
What do you mean charge?
Like how much, do you know like what the monthly payment's gonna be, what the interest rate?
130.
130? That might be a great deal. I'm not sure because it's based off of the system size.
There's a couple things I'm doing here. One is, whenever you hear about a competitor, you don't immediately go to, oh my God, there's a competitor, I'm out of here. And you don't immediately start bad-mouthing the company because they've already sat with this representative. You don't know how their relationship is. It may have been great. They may have been a stellar rep. And then you start talking down to them. Well, that guy was their friend. They've sat with him 2 to 3 hours. That guy might be amazing. But what you start doing is you start creating a little bit of doubt in their mind. Which option did he do? The PPA or the loan? What was the interest rate? What was the monthly rate? Start breaking down the details. That starts creating seeds of doubt in their mind. And then you follow it up with, in my case, the CPUC, which is a necessary disclaimer that's placed prior to them being able to sign their contract. That creates another level of doubt in their mind. And that's all you're trying to get to. You're trying to create a little bit of doubt just so they start unraveling, and then you pounce.
Just to let you know, in California, you can't be charged for anything until obviously the work's done itself. Did you guys go through the CPUC, the California Protection Guide? Okay, so
But a lot of people are doing it here through them already. You are like a week late.
apparently I am. I didn't realize. I've signed up 2 people today in this neighborhood, so I might not be too late.
Okay, yeah.
And one of them had already signed a loan with another company, and then I took a look at it, and just so I know on my end, do you guys remember seeing a thing called the California Protections Utility Commission?
So, yeah.
Do you know on that part where it said to get 3 bids?
Oh, I don't know about the 3 bids.
It says on there to get 3 bids.
How much? Because like right now we have 9 panels. They're gonna have
15, and they're going to charge you $130 a month for that on the
At
loan.
least it's buy.
It's what?
It's a buy.
It's a buy, as in for a loan.
The lease is 160.
Okay. Yeah, there's no prepayment penalty.
Yeah.
And again, they're fine companies, nothing wrong with them on their end. I would just mention with some to take a look at their reviews. It's just something to keep in mind on that end, because they have about a 2.5 star out of 5 star rating on every one of the websites for solar reviews. Just pointing that out.
So I finally, after selling countless PPA accounts over the course of my life, have had to deal with reviews so many different times that I know how to preempt that in case a competitor comes in. Well, guess what? This guy thought he was going to be able to get away with it. And now I get to use the weapon of the enemies against my new enemies and take down my competitor. I drank your milkshake, boy!
The main company I work in conjunction with is actually called LA Solar. They're 5 star on Google and Yelp and on everything else. Just so you guys are good in your due diligence, so you feel good about it.
Only additional panels.
I know, there's a couple of additional panels. So just to make sure you're good on your due diligence though, as recommended by the California state, it would probably make sense to at least look at some other numbers, just to see if it would make sense. How far along are you guys in the process? Have they already done the survey? So you did the survey.
It's already.
Okay, awesome. So my timing isn't too off because the panels aren't on your house yet.
Yeah.
So you mentioned earlier you did your billing via online, right? So what I could do, just to throw a number out there for you, if you want to go with it, great. If not, at least you know, you can feel more comfortable with the decision that you did to go with Sunrun. We can just get you another number. About $24,000 on that. So, and I just don't want to give out numbers unless I can actually show it in paper, so that you can at least take a look at it and then just get that over for you guys.
Yeah, because it's from a 2 lots to like 8.
And when you guys, for instance, were like shopping for your car or shopping for your house or anything else, I'm guessing that before you did that, you guys looked around a little bit?
No.
You didn't? You literally found the house you wanted and you just got it?
Yeah, that's it. Tell him with this house, we went inside, we gave a check.
Well, and it was a good move though, because your home value here has went up a hell of a lot, excuse my language, but a lot. It's been
We
crazy.
bought it when no one wanted to buy it.
Well, it worked out great, because you have a beautiful little neighborhood over there, and you have a pretty okay faux restaurant right there too.
So,
So,
that's why we were like, and
oh, got it. Which one?
the Tesla, the Y.
I have the Y.
You have the Y?
Yeah, I have it. It's literally right down the street. I got. I love it. It's been $12 a month.
Huh?
It's basically $12 worth of electricity per month as well. Because I have solar in my house too.
That's what they say. Oh, you better have a solar too.
Well, yeah, you know, it's literally what I do. But I had to add on 8 panels whenever I got the Tesla.
Oh.
Because I drive, I put the charger on every single day. Because I'm everywhere from Spring Valley, Fallbrook. I have to go to Riverside twice a week. Oh, it's not too late, honestly, but the permits are on your, the panels are on your house, and 1.4, and on average, we come in pretty sizably less than some. And on top of that, if it means you waiting an extra week for the install, but you're able to save, like let's just say, spitballing a pretty small amount, like let's literally just say, I save you an extra 20 because of that, times, that would save you an additional $4,800. If we got even a small amount of savings, and I don't know how much you guys make per month or per hour, but that's if it literally took me an hour to knock it out and take care of everything, you'd make $4,800 an hour, which is pretty good. That's a hell of a lot more than I make per hour, just in case, because it just gives you a better idea. And heck, if I end up coming in at a better price and you like him more than me, just send him a quick email and go, hey, this guy gave it to me for this amount, and you'll save the money anyway. Might as well take a look at it to see either approach on it. I promise I'm not one of those guys who's going to spend 2 hours in your house, which I'm guessing he did. Because the look on your face right now screams to me that he was in your home for 3 hours. I'm sure he's a great guy and all that.
A big thing you're going to be noticing that I'm doing a lot is putting my hands back, kind of like that Neil deGrasse Tyson, gif. And that's pulling back, because if you're coming inwards, like, ooh, can you get me the bill so I can get you another quote? That's going to come off as desperate. And desperation stinks. It's not a good thing. People don't want to be around it. They want to be around people who don't really give a fuck.
Lovely stuff. But just looking at, hey, you might be able to get it for a little bit lower. It's kind of worth a shot on that.
Comparison is everything. They've seen numerous car insurance ads, like Geico's one, where it's like, save this amount of money in this amount of time, right? It works. It's a pretty great company that saves people a lot of money. Well, I'm here to be the Geico for solar. If I could save you $4,800 in an hour, that'd be pretty all right, right? Yeah, that'd be okay. That'd be okay. Of course, it'd be okay.
Well, let's take a look at least this. So I'm in this area, and I'm not even kidding. Like it would take me 30 minutes, but from the amount we've just had for a conversation, I could have already gotten you guys another number. So it'll take me like no time. I literally just need a copy of the electricity bill, and then I'm 99% sure that I'll make it make sense to you. If you can save $4,800 in like that amount of time, when I know for a fact you've called for other car insurance companies to get a slightly lower discount on your bills, it kind of makes sense on that end. So, and if it doesn't make sense, I'll shoot you guys a text and just let you know.
Oh, no, I have a bill.
Okay.
The bill, right?
Okay, I can get to work on this guy. I'm gonna have it back in probably about, you guys gonna be here in about 20 minutes?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So I'm just gonna get that pulled up, and then I'll figure out if it's gonna make sense. If not, I'll just let you know. And then, just real quick, are you a 619 or 858?
619.
619.
Whenever I ask for anyone's phone number, whether it's in this situation or in any other number, remember 2-option closes are amazing, right? Because it doesn't really give them a no. So by going, are you 618, 619 or an 858 or a 210 or 462, you give them those 2 options because they're 2 different area codes that are within that jurisdiction. And so they're just immediately gonna go, well, 619. And you kind of look at them and then they just give you the rest of the numbers. Works every time.
All right, I'll figure out in just a second here. I'll get that pulled up for you. Okay, I'll be right back. They have no issues with that, because their house already have solar on them. And then I'm gonna reach out to you pretty shortly here, just for the site survey date, so I'll let you know. Solar?
Yeah.
Well, it's a different finance company, so
Okay.
there won't be any issues there.
And with the work of magic, an entire hour blips by because I had my microphone inside of my pocket, so you weren't able to catch some of the sounds on there. But I went over their entire proposal, and then I went ahead and looked at their proposal. I smashed it, right? Because you have to make it make sense to them. You might end up pricing a little bit lower than you expected in normal cases, but hey, the last guy already did a lot of the work for you already here. They already know how solar works. You're just going to get them a heck of a lot better rate and make sure that they have an amazing time with you and you immediately start responding to all the text messages. You be everything that the last guy should have been, and then you'll be able to keep that customer until the very end, and you'll be able to land that plane. And afterwards, the more fun part, he literally gave me a referral while we were in the house. So I got the competitor for an add-on system. He was so stoked about the entire thing, I told him, hey, I'll get you $1,000 if you get me anyone else, if you think someone else could benefit from this program. He took me outside of his house and walked me to his neighbor.
I'll show it to you. This house right here.
What's his name? Hey, Mike.
Hey, how's it going?
Carlos, good to meet you, man. This is Garrett.
Good to meet you, brother.
Yeah, so we just, so they had spoken to someone before. Did you look into solar before at all?
What do you mean looking like?
Like have you looked into?
Well, I wanted to add it. I wanted to add the panels. That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Right now I have 12 panels, I think.
Do you have 12? Let's check real quick. It says right here. It's so random how many panels people put. Alan, right over to the right, we just set him up too. He only had 6 panels on the back of his house.
When I bought the house, there's some options like how I went with the max panels they could put on
Good call.
my house. So they put 12. I mean, for me, I think having the solars and still paying 120, it defeats the purpose of it.
It kind of defeats the purpose.
So I wanted to pay, like, if anything, pay nothing.
Yeah.
You know. So I'm not sure how it goes though, because like that's where basically I'm getting, you know, like the app and everything that's giving me like how many watts I'm getting.
Yeah.
Gina was telling me about the
So one of the big things there that I'm doing is I'm just listening. When you're dealing with an add-on system, this person may not necessarily have had the best relationship with solar as a whole. So you just listen, you hold your hand on your chest, you take in what they're saying. Absolutely, I totally understand. You get on their side, you turn, you move, right? Because it's now both of you guys versus the world. And you're here to fix everything. Listen to their concerns, really take it in. Listen for key words to make sure that you're not gonna fall into the same solar trap that he thinks he's fell into, so that you're in opposition to it. You are the empowered one. You're gonna come here on your white horse and you're gonna save the day.
panels you.
Yeah, so what we did was he originally had spoken to someone for his system, which he met the folks over Home Depot. And then thankfully I just chatted with him right now.
What company again is it, something?
So ESP was the company I'm using for that house. If you look them up online, they have 4.5 stars on Google, Yelp, and every other Solar View website.
Okay.
So some of you guys out there might notice that I switched from LA Solar over to ESP. And the reason why is because when I was working on the actual proposal, this is kind of inside baseball, I found that ESP was a significantly better installer to work with at that time for that specific situation. And this is the wonder and the beauty that is being a solar broker company, which is what I'm affiliated with, which is Pacific United Power.
So they're in 12 different states.
Okay.
Now, what they do on their end, it just depends on which situation is going to make the most amount of sense. Because for them, they were trying to look into kind of the tax credit and owning the system.
Correct.
It just depends on the house, because some people want to just spend money up front, just pay for the darn thing. Some people want to do loans. Some people want to do what's called a power purchase agreement, where you don't spend any money out of pocket, and then basically you rent the system. You just get a lower electricity bill. It's by about half. So what I do on my end is I take a look at your utility bill, and then from there I can basically assess which option might make the most amount of sense. And then we can kind of work from there to see if it's actually going to save you some money.
Tomorrow night I am, but I don't get off till 7:30, so.
That works out great, because I'm going to meet with Alan until 6.
Okay.
And it usually takes about an hour.
Okay, well I'll be here maybe around 8 o'clock.
8?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Let's just grab the bill and then we'll get that in.
So how is that gonna work? Are you guys gonna install more panels?
Yeah, there's a couple qualifications that have to be done. One is
One of the important things I just did there was he just goes, well, you just put the panels on. You immediately go into pullback mode for where you go, I need to qualify you. Here are the 3 different people that need to qualify you to make sure that this program is going to work out for you, because you want that sense of anticipation. Like, is she or isn't she going to say yes?
One is the financer has to approve it. You have to be good on your bills and own the home. 2 is we have to be able to show you a savings that could actually lower your bill. And then 3 is the install company has to come and check the roof to make sure that's good. Obviously it's good. You guys got the house 2 years ago, the home's solar ready, but they have to do those qualifications. And just the bill. And then once we get the bill, I'll send it over to the team, and then I'll come back here tomorrow on 8.
Yeah, and then I'll talk to my wife and everything.
Yeah, on our end, I generally like to meet with everyone who's on title in the house, because especially Filipino families, you want every generation to be okay with it. Yeah. I worked in National City. I was selling them for 2.5 years, so it's like you got to get the grandkid, the parents, the grandma, and the great-grandkids, great-grandparents.
Yeah, I'm not sure which one you need.
Okay. I'll be out. Perfect. All right, Mike, I'll see you tomorrow at 8.
All right.
Okay, I'll get all the numbers for you.
Right on, man. All right, thank you.
You have a good day.
Thank you.
Yeah, we did 15 for his. 440 watt panels, which are pretty massive. So if we did 15 on your house, just to let you know, that'd be like 200% offset. It'd be pretty high. But if we did that, you'd be able to use your AC as much as you want, and you could charge a car without any problem. You wouldn't even have to worry about when you're using your power.
Yeah,
so that might be the move. But we'll take a look tomorrow.
all right.
Okay, cool. It's because when I pulled up the house in Google Maps, as you probably know, the home didn't even show up.
Yeah.
So they're gonna have to do a pretty thorough just drone shot just to make sure we're good. I already sent out the cancellation emails, so those are good. So we can expect to install about 3 to 5 weeks. Yeah.
So everything's set, right?
Everything's set.
How much is the loan amount? Is it 31,000?
That's after all of the interest is added in.
Oh, okay. If you factor the 25.
Yeah, if you factor in all of the interest and everything
For
else.
25 years.
For 25 years, yeah. Yeah, I just wanted to make sure you had all that right. Okay, all good. All right, did you have any other questions?
No, that'll be all.
Okay, cool. Just let me know if anything comes up. And I'll let,
They have them meeting with him.
Okay.
yeah, so I'm gonna meet with them tomorrow, then we'll get you $1,000. All right, you have a good day.
See you guys.
All right, so like, sometimes you gotta be like calm, cool, and collected and chill and shit. And yeah, that's for while you're actually closing. I am stoked. I smashed the loan proposal that was there. They even started the conversation off with like, oh yeah, you're too late. No, I'm not. I saved them a bunch of money by switching them over to a significantly better reviewed installer. I'm gonna make $7K off of the deal for literally knocking a door. And as soon as we're literally walking out, they walk me directly into their referral, who's their neighbor, and we just got his bill, and then we're gonna close him tomorrow at 8 p.m. after we close the other guy. Great.
Guys, thank you so much for watching. Make sure you click this video that YouTube thinks you're gonna really like. You can catch me on Instagram at The Wolf of Solar. Most importantly, make sure to subscribe so you can see all of our future videos. And at the bottom, when you're commenting, go ahead and let us know who you are. We'd love to get to know you more. Subscribe, subscribe, subscribe!